Some of y'all don't realize that you have guardians and spirit guides that come to you that are not necessarily going to come to you from the most predictable places. Boy, we had a tornado pass through here last night. So some of y'all don't realize that. And because it's not something that is common that people do, which is befriend strangers, like people out of nowhere. They don't just go with what their gut is telling them. Let me give you an example. I went to get my hair cut, and the lady there was another lady in the shop getting her hair dyed. She loves to get her hair dyed. This woman was the only other customer in the shop besides myself. So she just started talking to me, a Jamaican lady, and she just started sharing with me. She just shared and tell me all these different things about her time when she lived in New York, about her family, about her old employers and her children. I mean, she just talked and talked and talked. And I said, man, this lady's interesting. And we just started talking. And because I have been around Jamaican people for so long, and she started talking in her patois. I guess she thought I was Jamaican. And I never stopped her because I understand patois. So she just kept talking to me. And so the barber, he's like, man, I was enjoying y'all conversation because y'all was both talking that talk. Now, he's from Florida, so he, me being a New Yorker who's been around all Caribbean people, so I always piggyback on their accent. Always do, because that's just how it is, right? You've been around my people, all my people from all throughout the diaspora, friends from all boats. So anyway, then I went to the barbershop again, like another month, and I ran into the elder again. We were the only two customers in the shop. And so she's talking to me and I'm talking to her, and we just having a good and I'm like, man, I really enjoying the conversation of this elder. I always befriend elders. Always have. So I'm sitting here, we having a good time. So when I'm leaving the shop, I decide, let me give her my phone number. Let me give her my number. Let me just, hey, maybe she'll call me. So I didn't hear from her, and I was like, well, maybe she don't really, talk to strangers like that. Maybe she was just friendly. So then one day out of nowhere, months later, I get a call from this woman, and she's like, Gina, this is Miss Cecily, and me and you had a conversation. I was with Imani, which is her hairdresser. Give me a call. So I'm like, okay. I called her back. She said she had been praying for someone. Now she has children, grown children that are nice, respectful. She loved them. They respect her. She was praying for someone to come in her life, like, just somebody, a friend or something, because she's not a person who trusts people. She's been in this country, in America, since 1974. She does not trust people. And she says, I was the first person. I said, wait, hold on. But don't you have church brothers and sisters? You never really had tea with them or anything. Went out and just have a good time. She said, nope. I just see them in church and say hello. I don't call them. I don't give my number. Never did. Well, our first conversation, we talked for 2 hours straight. The longest conversation she ever had in her life. And she said if her children heard her on the phone with me now, they would be laughing. Hey! And so she said, they always used to stand beside her and wait for her to get off the phone, because they could tell when the way she started talking, they can tell that she's trying to get off that phone. But that never happened with us. Never happened. We talking. She's sharing some stuff. I'm enjoying it. I'm in love. I'm like, I love this woman. I love this woman. And she's a woman who have a strong relationship with God. And she said, when she spoke to me, she was like, God, is this the one? Is this the one I've been praying for? She was 79 at the time. Is this the one? I mean, the things she shared with me, I would cherish to the day I die. But one day I said to her, you know, Miss Cecily, what is your birthday? And when she said April 24th, I started to cry. I just burst out in tears. Yeah, I still get choked up thinking about it. Because she has my mother's birthday. And my mother has advanced stage dementia. And God knows how much I would love to have a conversation with my mother. But my mother can no longer understand or speak or answer me. She can't talk. She can't talk with her mouth, but she can talk with her eyes. But this woman reminded me so much of my mother, and I got to understand why. And she has been a joy ever since. She has been a joy ever since. I mean, she would be in the airport going home to Jamaica, and she would text me. Like she did 2 times she went to Jamaica, she did it. A few days ago, she did the same thing. And this morning, a little while ago, she sent me a Happy New Year greeting. And I'm telling you, she had a stroke not too long ago. But I can tell you, because I know we can't take time for granted. We never know how much time we have with people. One day I recorded a conversation I had with her because I said, something just said, record her. And now her speech is slurred. And she doesn't have good use of her right side anymore. So, you know, something said, record that conversation. And I'm grateful I did. It was full of prayers. It was full of inspiration. So don't underestimate the people you meet in your daily, going about. Even if it's not popular. Even if your friends look at you funny and say, well, why are you talking to that old lady? Why are you friends with them? Just follow your guide, because whatever you call your God, your spirit, your ancestors, your spirit guides, the universe knows what you need and will send people to you. Stop shunning them. Stop shunning them. That's my word for the day. I hope I inspired someone. And don't shun your elders. Woo, the wisdom. All right.